If the launch of her primary campaign looked like the start of a national run for the presidency, that's because it was. Park Chung-hee has no serious challenger from within her New Frontier party. This was a chance to appeal directly to voters, starting with her compelling personal story.
After my mother was killed by an assassin's bullet, amid unbearable pain and difficulties, I was able to overcome it because of a sense of responsibility and duty for the empty seat of my mother.
It was a reference to her first public role as de facto First Lady to her father, the dictator Park Chung-hee, after her mother was killed by a pro-North Korean assassin in 1974. Park's rule, one of dizzying economic growth, along with often brutal political repression, ended with his own assassination 5 years later. It's a history that leaves many younger voters unimpressed. Student protesters at the launch demanded cuts in crippling tuition fees. Park herself made it clear that she would continue her party's leftward shift, promising fairer economic growth, more jobs, a renewed welfare system, and cutting what she called the vicious cycle of distrust with North Korea.
I will seek more stable inter-Korea relations and create the conditions for North Korea to become a responsible member of the international community.
Park Geun-hye's campaign manager has apparently told the over 55s not to get too close to the candidate at this event. That's with an eye on a youthful, centrist vote that's likely to be key in December's presidential election. But much of her support is among elderly conservatives with fond memories of her father's rule.
She is a novelty because other politicians only talk. She does clean politics.
She is a person of integrity and keeps her promises. As a woman, I respect her.
But what she doesn't do naturally, according to her critics, is communicate.
Lawmakers in her own party complain that she doesn't listen to their opinions, and she rarely shows direct communication with voters. This presidential election demands leadership of communication.
Especially if her opponent turns out to be the independent software magnate Ahn Cheol-soo, still considering whether to run, but with strong support among liberals and the young. For now, though, Park's poll numbers are in the 40s, well ahead of any likely opponent, and she's charting a course back to her childhood home, the presidential Blue House. Harry Fawcett, Al Jazeera, Seoul.